that information can be out of date very quickly. Everything changes. In some ways, everything changes very slowly in Mexico. In other ways, it can change very quickly, or it's just incorrect. So it's always good to double, triple, even quadruple. What's more than quadruple? Quintuple? To check that many times. And so I went online last night. I was back in my hotel. It was around 11:30. And I thought, all right, I'm going to go to Uxmal. And then I looked how to get here. And I found the bus station, which was a 12-minute walk from my house. I thought, that's okay. But I thought about times and return times and I guess to a lesser extent the cost. And now most places they would have a website or something on their Facebook page, social media, something like that. Now, this is Mexico. Their website didn't work. This is the ADO, Terminal ADO, Sureste, I think, in Merida. Website didn't work. I called and I got a Movistar Busan, so that didn't work. So I was in bed in the hotel at 11:30. I got up, got dressed, walked 12 minutes to the bus station to ask when was the first bus that goes to Uxmal in the morning and when it comes back. Because the information that I read online, it said they come back every 2 or 3 hours from Uxmal to Merida. So I thought I want to check just to be sure. And it also said the first one was at 6. From Merida to Uxmal was at 6 a.m. And then the next one at 9 a.m., 10 a.m., something like that. So I went to the terminal and I asked, and now that was correct. 6 o'clock, the first one at 6 o'clock was correct. And then I asked the woman what's the schedule for coming back, and she said, 3:15. She said that was the only one to come back, was at 3:15 in the afternoon. And I double checked and I said, that's the only one? She said, yeah, 3:15. So I was planning on going at 6 a.m. They open at 8. It takes about an hour and a half to get there. This is a second-class bus, so it makes a few stops. We just stopped in a town called Uxmal. And I thought, all right, if it leaves at 6 a.m., I can be there at 7:30. Take probably 3 hours on the site and come back. But I thought there's no point going at 6 a.m. if the only bus to come back leaves at 3:15. I don't need, like that long there. So I thought I'll take the 9 o'clock bus. So I went there this morning to buy my ticket, and yeah, 9 o'clock was correct, which is what I'm on now. The bus left at 9 o'clock. It's 9:40 now. And I asked the guy, I double checked. I said, when is the last one to come back? He said 3 o'clock. The woman last night said 3:15. The guy today said 3 o'clock. So I don't know. So anyway, I went to buy my ticket, and they don't have tickets. They have a card. It's a plastic card, like a credit card, and they put the credit on there. So however much it costs to go there and to come back, they put that on there. But then you also have to pay for the card. And it's cheap. It's only 10 pesos, but you have to pay for the card. And then I also had to pay for something that they call saldo regalo. It's like a gift credit, but I had to pay for that, which was an extra 26 pesos. So I paid for my transportation, plus I paid an extra that I won't use. And because I think the other places that I'm going this week use a different bus line. I think this is the only time this week I'll be using this bus line. So, and man, if they say that bus, the woman yesterday said it left at 3:15, the other guy said it leaves at 3. I want to be there at like 2 o'clock or something. I don't care if I have to wait. I don't want to be stuck in Uxmal overnight. So, that's that. And so it begins. I think I'm going to plan my day tomorrow. I still haven't decided where I'm going to go. I think I'll plan that tonight before I go back to my hotel. I think I'll walk around. I'll go to the other bus stations to decide where I want to go and what time I have to be there and everything like that. So next stop will be Uxmal archaeological site, and until then I'll enjoy these scenic views. I'm at Uxmal now. An hour and 20 minutes, pretty good. That was, I think it's around 70 pesos, 80 pesos, something like that. Not sure, but here I am and it's steaming hot. I checked the weather and it's 36 degrees. That's at, this is at 10:30, 10:25 in the morning. And for the weather nerds, it's supposed to be 39. The high today, 39. So I think I'm just coming up to the entrance here. The entrance could be a circus. Maybe I'll explain that in a minute. And just about the first thing you see when you enter Uxmal. There'll be lots of these. I think when I was here before I saw, I don't know how many. Many. Maybe some bigger ones than this. I saw one last time with a fake eye. It had like a decoy eye. This guy won't. There he goes. All right, good enough. Yeah, time to get a move on.
Donde se han encontrado más de 400 edificios de los cuales solamente 11. Yo sé que cada sistema en promedio almacenaba de entre 30 a 40 suficiente.
Very important to walk on the correct side of that half-centimeter rope. There we go. I remember now. It's kind of cool, but also disappointing that the main attraction is the very first thing you see. So there it is.
This is really gorgeous. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, 1, 2, and 3. The last one. But it is beautiful. You just have to.
Esta, por ejemplo,
se continúa por aquí, ¿verdad?
sí, bueno.
Espérame.
Aquí sí es posible. Aquí la banqueta, el subir, el pegarle con la cintura, el pasar la pelota, es sí va a ser fácil.
The sweat has reached profuse levels, about 39 degrees. So I'm going over here.
There's a large building there. That building has 100 meters of that's the governor's palace. And then we are going in front of that.
I guess at some point before the pandemic, you could go up these pyramids.
Ponme acá lo encabronado.
Normal. Te dije que era por aquí. A ver. Así, así y así.
That's the original one. Like that. Look that big column. That big column is a value representation. Ahorita, por ejemplo, yo me quiero que con colocan, pero no hay nadie. Ya viene a hacer que ya me lo pongo. Sí, también. Es precaución. Ah, está bueno.
and I'm done. I'm back here where I started. This is the Pyramid of the Elf or the Magician or something like that. The Witch? Something like that. As I said the first thing in the video, this is the most important and the most stunning sight. It's the first thing you see when you come in there. So I did a loop. And now I think maybe what I'll do, since I've been here, I got here at 10:30. It's after 1:30. So I spent 3 hours. I still have an hour and a half before this bus comes. I think what I'll do is an extra super special ultra mega bonus feature. I'm going to go through again. I'll do a hyperlapse video. I'll do the whole site in one take. I'll go through and I'll speed up on the hyperlapse and see how it looks. I got nothing else to do. What do you want me to do? I got to wait an hour and a half, another hour and a half for the bus. All right, hyperlapse coming up. So that was Uxmal, the long version and the quick express version at the end. And the time is now almost 2:20. So I still have, and I'm heading to the bus stop right here. I still have about 40 minutes to wait for the bus. I'll happily do that rather than miss what appears to be the only bus back to Merida. So I'm going to go to the bus stop over here. So my little wrap up about Uxmal. I love it. I think it's a great site. I guess the easiest thing to compare it to, or easiest site to compare it to, would obviously be Chichen Itza, which is about 2 hours. This is about an hour south. Well, on the bus, an hour and a half south of Merida. Chichen Itza is around 2 hours east of Merida. I guess they're the two biggest and most famous. This one is far, far, far less trafficked than Chichen Itza. I heard there was a guide back here when I was doing the express video who was, I can take this thing off, I think, for now, who was giving a tour to people. And I heard him say, now I don't know if this was pre-pandemic, post-pandemic, average, record, weekends or whatever, but I heard him say Uxmal gets about 2,000 visitors a day. Chichen Itza 10,000. Again, I'm not sure if that's today, maybe a few hundred at the most. And it's, you know, a fairly big site, so it's spread out, so it never felt crowded. I've been to Chichen Itza twice, and if you've never been to one of these sites, it's really, really cool. But there are a lot of people at Chichen Itza, which for me it's a big turnoff, and a lot of people selling things too. No vendors here. There's a restaurant on site here, and 2 little stores that sell drinks and snacks. But Chichen Itza is crowded with people selling touristy crap. A lot of it maybe is nice, and it's local stuff, and it's handmade. But they just never leave you alone. Here it's much more quieter. Not one single person is bothering, trying to sell you anything. It's very nice. There's a guy, I see this guy in front of me here. He was on the same bus as me from Merida, and he's coming back. He got off with me, and now I feel a little bit less alone, at least now. Now I don't think I explained about the entrance. Let me pass this guy. Alright, now I can talk. I don't know why I was conscious of that. The entrance, it's really expensive. It's, I think, 486 pesos for foreigners, which is crazy expensive. By comparison, Teotihuacan, the huge pyramids near Mexico City, I think that's about 70 or 80. Xochicalco in Morelos, near where I live, it's I think it's around 50 or 60 or something. I went there a few months ago. Even there's another one that I'm planning on going to about an hour from here in a different direction, called Mayapan. I think that one's only 45 or something. So 486 is tremendously expensive, but it's free for people who live in Yucatan state. I'm going to cross this road here. It's free for people who live in Yucatan state. And 210 for Mexicans like me. Now what happened when I came here on my honeymoon, I'm making a long story less interesting. I was a teacher at the time. Well, I still am, but I had an ID from the school. They gave me official ID, and if you're a teacher, it's free. So when I came here, and also I think I had the same problem in Chichen Itza and some other places. So the people working there, they said, well, I said, well, I'm a teacher, it should be free. And they said, but you're a foreigner, so you should have to pay full price. And I said, well, I'm also Mexican permanent resident, so I should have to pay the local price. And they didn't know what to do. I think they just charged me like an arbitrary amount or something. And I was kind of prepared this time to for them to say, nah, you got to pay your full 486 pesos. But I went in, I bought my ticket, and I said, I want the Mexican price. And the guy said, yeah, and I gave him my ID and just my driver's license, and that was it. So 210 pesos for Mexicans, I think it's 486 or 480 or something for foreigners. If you're American, that's nothing. I guess that's 23, 24 bucks these days, which is nothing if you're a rich American, but for us peasants who live in the country, 486 that's a very expensive day out. So I'm here. This is a chocolate museum here behind me. Chocolate museum. I'm not going to it. So there's a few people here waiting for their bus. Well, this guy again, and I guess the girls are waiting. So this seems to be the bus stop. It's 2:30 now. Bus supposedly comes at 3. Now the stop is off the road. Hopefully the guy doesn't come tearing down here and doesn't stop. I'm gonna make sure I stand out here at like 10 to 3. My God, I just go on and on, don't I? That's all from the bus stop outside of Uxmal archaeological site on this highway. Excellent day to Uxmal. Oh, and I forgot to say how hot it was. 39 degrees with humidity. Brutally hot, scorching. Good thing I was wearing a black shirt.